What's up guys, welcome back to another episode of the Supercharged 6-litre build that we're doing for this VE sedan. Since last episode I started trying to fit the new injectors which were supplied by Fuel Injection Services there in Brisbane. So big thanks to Jay, he's always keen to help out. Really good bloke to talk to about fuel injectors. So I started fitting those, however the rails on this motor are actually still full of fuel. So I leaked fuel all over the floor in the engine room here and it just reeked like fuel, and you know, it's not something you want to be standing in sniffing for too long. So I've got the Holden injectors out, and that's as far as I got, but that's where we're at. We can see we've got our new gaskets. So these are the actual gaskets for the supercharger for an LSA. We've got our flex plate bolts there, ARP flex plate bolts. We've got our new flex plate down there, and we've got our converter. We have everything here now to start getting this back into the car. The other thing we are running with this kit is a spacer for the lid. That is not it, that is a trans cooler kit we're always also putting in. So we're leaving the 6L80 stock for now. The owner was tossing up whether to get it built or whether to run it stock. Given what we know about them, we know that this is going to be pushing it. There is a little bit of risk there, but he's decided to pretty much run the risk and see how we go. So as you guys know, we are going to be running flex fuel. So on E85 it'll be pushing it, but chances are I won't be running E85 that often, so we might get away with it. But to try and help the trans in its stock form as best we can, we've got a PWR trans oil cooler kit, try and keep those oil temps down for the tranny. But yeah, we also got a lid spacer for the LSA supercharger. So we're going to have a few challenges to overcome once it gets in the car. There's a fair few things that are going to be in the way, things we have to reroute. It's not going to be as simple as just slam it back in the car and off we go again. We're still going to have a fair bit of work to do. So we'll try and document it as best as we can. So for all you players at home that are thinking about maybe supercharging your VE with an LSA supercharger, we'll just see what happens. And yeah, we'll do our best to let you guys know how we can overcome all these problems we're going to face. So let's go, let's get into it. Alright, we're getting ready to get going. So we've got some new ARP flex plate bolts. We've also got ARP converter bolts as well. And we've got our new 2800 red diamond converter to go in this 6L80. So we'll drag the VE back inside and we'll start fitting this up and see how we go. Righto guys, so the VE here is coming along. We've got our motor and supercharger here installed. These bolts that Kappa give you for with the spacer kit, the actual size of the heads on them is not really big enough for how big the holes are in the lid. So we're going to get some washers that are going to sort of make a bit more contact there. Probably tomorrow we'll try and get some before that goes on for its final time. But now we're at a point where we can start sort of trying to nut out exactly what we're going to do with everything else in the car. We have like the old loom for the L98 used to run up through here where there was a purge and everything and stuff like that. We're going to have to work all that out. We've got to make a new fuel line because the L98 fuel line on the manifold's on this side. So we've got to make a new fuel line over to here. This is where we're planning on mounting our power steering reservoir, which is going to modify the actual mount that used to bolt onto the head here, which does no longer fit because of our supercharger. So we're planning on modifying that to mount the reservoir there out of the way. So it's just a matter of working all this out. And like I was saying earlier in the video, we've still got to work out where we're going to mount our trans cooler, which is meant to be a bolt-in kit, so that shouldn't be a problem. And we've still got to mount the actual cooler for the supercharger. So still a fair bit to do, but at least now we're at a point where we can continue to progress forward. And that's going to be it for today, but we'll pick this up throughout the week as we continue to make progress on this car.